Hello every pony, Winged T-Spears here, and welcome to my 600 sub special. As you've probably gathered from the title, this is not going to be a serious reading as it is titled Funfic. Basically, this particular story has been quite a traumatic thorn in my side ever since it was thrust in my face by one of my friends, which traumatized me quite badly to the point of where I was actually shaking because I'd only recently become a brony and suddenly all this gore of my favourite pony was being thrust in my face and I felt really, really sad. But enough about me. Before I start this, I have a very important announcement. Recently I did a collab with the reader Limey Reads, and the video is going to be going up on his channel in a few days' time. I will leave the link to his channel in the description, and you can all go and subscribe to him. Seriously, check him out. His work is absolutely fantastic. Now, I didn't do this reading alone. I actually couldn't. I tried to read this alone, and I ended up almost being sick, and then almost burst into tears. I couldn't even edit this without feeling slightly sad and quite sick. So, in order to soften the blow, I brought one of my friends in to read this story with me. He's not a brony per se, but we really wanted to do a collab reading on something and thought this fic might be a good one to react to. I had already skimmed it, but he hadn't, so you can only imagine what ensued after being subjected to such a horrible story. So, yep, let's get right to it then. Thank you all for 600 subscribers, every pony. I am absolutely elated. Thank you all so much, and I hope you all like this, even if many of you probably hate the story. Bye. Oh god, here we go. Cupcakes by Sergeant Sprinkles. This is going to be hell on earth. The air was warm, the sun was shining, and all of Ponyville was having a glorious day. The town square was bustling and crowded. Busy ponies were making their busy way through the streets. All the pony folk seemed to have somewhere to be. All except Rainbow Dash. Her place was in the sky. She freely tore through the air, speeding one way and the next. She buzzed the treetops and raced the wind. The Pegasus swooped over a schoolyard, much to the delight of the children. Climbing several hundred feet, she dove, going as fast as she could. Seconds before hitting the ground, her wings flew open and she took off back to the clear blue. Rainbow felt alive. Then she remembered that she had somewhere to be. She was supposed to meet with Pinkie Pie in 5 minutes. She'd gotten so caught up in her exercises that she nearly forgot. Pinkie had asked Dash to meet her at Sugar Cube Corner at 3. She didn't say why or what they'd be doing, but Dash knew that with Pinkie, it could be anything. She wasn't sure if she really wanted to go. She was so engaged with her stunts that she thought about blowing Pinkie off to continue flying. But Dash's conscience got the better of her. She knew that it would hurt Pinkie's feelings after all. She said it was going to be something special just for the two of them. She considered it and thought, why not? What did she have to lose? Heck, it might be more pranking. Pinkie might have found a bunch more fun stuff to pull off on folks. They'd had so much fun the last time. Dash kicked it into overdrive, mostly to make up for lost time, and sped to her appointment. When she walked into the store, she was immediately greeted with her host bouncing in excitement.
"Yay! You're here! You're here! I've been waiting all day!"
said the jumping pony.
"Sorry if I'm a little late, Pinkie. I was doing my afternoon exercises and lost track of time."
Dash apologised. Pinkie giggled and responded, her tone gleefully reassuring.
"Oh, that's okay. You're here now. What's a few more minutes? I've been so excited, thinking about all the fun things we're gonna do. I haven't stopped bouncing since I woke up. I almost forgot to breathe. I've been so happy."
Dash gave a slightly uncomfortable laugh. She always appreciated Pinkie's friendly, outgoing way of life, but her overabundant enthusiasm almost creeped her out. Dash was polite, however. If Pinkie was this worked up, then it must be good, whatever it was.
"So, you ready to get started, Rainbow Dash? I've got everything already,"
the pink one said. Dash psyched herself up.
"You betcha, Pinkie. So, what do you got planned? We gonna prank some pony? I got a couple of good ones I've been thinking about. Or maybe you got some stunts you think I should try? Or maybe...
Making cupcakes!
Baking?
Dash was disappointed.
Pinkie, you know I'm not good at baking. Remember the last time?
Oh, that's not a problem at all. I just need your help making them. I'll be doing most of the work.
Pinkie explained. Dash thought about it for a second and replied.
Well, alright. I guess that's okay. What exactly do you need me to do?
That's the spirit. Here you go.
Pinkie handed Dash a cupcake. Dash was puzzled.
I thought I was helping you bake.
You will be. I made this one just for you before you got here.
So, is this like a taste testing or something?
Sorta.
Pinkie said. Dash shrugged and popped the pastry in her mouth. She chewed a bit and swallowed. Not bad.
Okay, now what?
Dash asked.
Now,
Pinkie informed.
you take a nap.
Upon hearing that, Dash felt lightheaded. Her world spun, and seconds later, she dropped to the floor. When Dash regained consciousness, she found herself in a dark room. She tried to shake her head, but found that the taut leather strap kept it firmly in place. She struggled to move, but the braces around her chest and limbs glued her to the upright planks. Her legs were spread wide apart. The only part of her not tied down were her wings, as the frame was backless. As she writhed, Pinkie jumped into her line of sight.
Goody! You're awake. Now, let's get started.
She gleefully stated. She was pushing a cart cover with a cloth.
Pinkie, what's going on? I can't move.
Dash said in a worry.
Well, duh, you're tied down.
Pinkie chided.
That's why you can't move. I didn't think you'd need to be told that.
But why? What's happening? I thought you said I was going to help you make cupcakes.
You are helping. You see, I ran out of a special ingredient, and I need you to get more.
Special ingredient?
Dash was now breathing heavily and starting to panic.
What special ingredient?
Pinkie giggled and responded.
You silly!
Dash's eyes widened, her face contorted in fear. Then, she started to laugh.
Whoa, you really got me there, Pinkie Pie. I mean, tricking me into thinking I'm gonna get made into a cupcake? I gotta tell you, this is the best prank yet. You win, you're the best.
Thanks, Dash. But I haven't done prank today, so I can't really accept your praise.
Dash was struggling again.
Pinkie, come on, this isn't funny.
And why are you laughing?
Pinkie grabbed the cloth and whipped it off the cart. The top of the tray contained various sharp medical tools and knives carefully organised and ready. There was a medicine bag and several other objects next to them. Dash was now in full panic mode. She was starting to hyperventilate. Her mind was racing and she tried to reason with the pink pony.
You can't do this, Pinkie. I'm your friend.
I know you are, and that's why I'm so happy that I've got you here. We get to share your last moments together. Just you and me.
She was skipping again.
But the other ponies will wonder where I am. When the clouds pile up, they'll come looking for me. And then you'll get found out.
Dash was desperate.
Oh, Dash.
Pinkie said.
Don't worry. There are plenty of Pegasus to take care of a few clouds. And besides, no one will find out. I mean, how long do you think I've been doing this?
And with that, the light suddenly came to life and showcasted the rest of the room.
Oh, God. No.
Dash reeled in horror at the image presented to her. The room was decorated with a typical but twisted Pinkie Pie flair. Colourful streamers of dried entrails danced around the ceiling, brightly painted skulls of all sizes were stuck on the walls, and organs were done up in pastels filled with helium tied to the backs of the chairs. Jesus. The tables and chairs were made of bones and flesh of past ponies. Dash cringed at the centrepiece on the table nearest to her. The heads of 4 foals, their eyes closed like they were sleeping, wearing party hats made from their own skin. She recognised one of them as Apple Bloom's classmate. Her eyes darted back and forth, and then gazed up at the patchwork banner hanging from the rafters, made from several pony hides. The words, "Life is a party," was scrawled in red. Dash's attention was stolen by a party horn unfurling and tickling her nose. She saw Pinkie Pie standing in front of her. The party pony was wearing a dress quilted from cutie marks. On her back fluttered 6 Pegasus wings, all different colours. As she skipped in excitement, her necklace of unicorn horns loudly clacked together.
Like it?
She asked.
I made it myself.
Dash pleaded.
Pinkie, please, I'm sorry if I did anything to you. I didn't mean it. Please let me go. I promise I won't tell any pony.
Oh, Dash, you didn't do anything. It's just that your number came up and, well, I don't make rules. We can't turn back now.
Rainbow Dash was tearing up. How could this be happening?
Oh, don't be sad, Dash.
Pinkie said.
Look, this will cheer you up. I bought you a friend.
Out of seemingly nowhere, Pinkie displayed a blue and yellow painted skull. It was about pony-sized, but it had a very defining feature. A beak. Dash was freaking out.
Is that...
Hey, Dash, let's play. Let's hang together. These ponies are lame-os. Dweebs.
Pinkie mimicked.
I caught her right before she left town. Remember when I left the party for 20 minutes? That wasn't enough time to play with her, of course. I had to wait until after the party to do that. But boy, was I glad I did. And it wasn't worth the flavour alone. Griffins taste like 2 animals at once. It's amazing! I know she didn't have a number like everyone else in Ponyville, but when I said I was going to get another chance to try Griffin. In hindsight, I probably should have asked where she came from so I could get more, but I forgot. I tell you what though, she was quite the fighter. Lasted a long time, which was fun for me. I got the chance to play with someone other than a pony and try new things. It's too bad she had such a potty mouth. She said so much bad stuff. I had to take her tongue out. And you know, bad language makes bad feelings, Dash.
My fucking god. Dash didn't have anything to say. She just sobbed and writhed.
Well,
Pinkie said, putting the skull down.
That's enough reminiscing. It's time to begin.
She picked up a scalpel and walked over to Dash's right flank. Without any flair, she placed the blade an inch above her cutie mark and started a circular cut around it. Her lungs were working overtime. Dash shouted in pain and tried desperately to pull away, but the braces held her still. Finishing the incision, Pinkie grabbed the curved skinning knife from the tray. She worked it under the skin and sliced the hide away from the muscle. Dash ground her teeth as she tearfully watched as her flesh came off. Pinkie then moved to the other side and completed the other flank. Once she was done, Pinkie held up both cutie marks in front of her and started waving them like pom-poms. Dash just whimpered. Her thighs burned. Placing the skin down, Pinkie selected the large butcher knife and walked behind Rainbow Dash.
Hope you don't mind. I think I'm gonna wing it now.
Pinkie laughed. She grabbed the left one and played with it for a second. Then, stretching the wing out, she brought the blade down at the base. Instantly, Dash screamed and thrashed her appendage. The movement threw off Pinkie's aim. She tried to hit the mark again, but missed wide and put a huge slice in Rainbow's back.
Dash, you've got to stay still or I'll keep missing.
This is like the torture scene that Mion did on Keiichi and Higurashi. Only 10 times worse and more ponies. She took another whack and hit the target. She swung again and again, blood spraying into the air, but realised she wasn't getting anywhere. The blade just wasn't going through the bone.
I guess I just have forgot to sharpen it. I'll try something else,
she stated as she tossed the knife over her shoulder, the blade embedding itself in the table. The crying Rainbow Dash heard the sound of a metal box opening and closing.
Got it! Say, Dash, why do they call it a hacksaw? It doesn't hack. Hacking is what I was doing with the knife. This is a saw. I don't get it.
Pinkie placed the tool over the last attempt. It effortlessly sailed through the bone and skin. The painful feeling of the teeth grinding and biting into her made Dash want to vomit. She watched helplessly as her wing flew over her head and landed with a fluff on the table. Pinkie moved on to the next and started soaring. Dash didn't struggle this time. She'd given up trying to fight and just cried. Then the soaring abruptly paused. Pinkie was only halfway done, the wing hanging off by a sliver.
Hey, Dash,
she piped up.
Think fast.
Suddenly, she yanked the wing as hard as she could. The The bone snapped, but the skin held tight. The pull ripped a long strip of flesh down Dash's back to her rump. The unexpected trauma caused her body to seize. She felt a warm release between her legs as her... Oh my good God almighty. What in the act? Seriously. This is like throwing every wrong into this. Okay. She felt a warm release between her legs as her pelvis tensed up. Dash's loud, unending melody of pain filled the room. Unable to catch her breath, she blacked out. She awoke with a gasp. The stench of her urine... Oh my God. The stench of her urine filled her mucus-caked nostrils. She saw a very pouty Pinkie Pie removing the adrenaline needle from her chest. Oh my God. Stomping her hooves, the frustrated Pinkie lashed out.
Didn't anyone teach you any manners? It's very rude to fall asleep when someone invites you over to spend time with them. How would you like it if I came over to your house and went to sleep? Oh, I'm sorry, Dash. You're boring. I've got to take a nap. I told you how excited I got when you were next. I was excited to have a friend by here.
That doesn't make sense, does it? I think he means is excited to have a friend. He put 2 2s there. Oh my God.
To have a friend. Be here with me while I worked, but no. You have to be inconsiderate. You know, I thought you were tough. I thought you could handle anything. I've had fools stand up better than you. Do I have to baby you? Huh? Is that what you want me to remember you? As a baby?
Oh God, this is turning into patty cakes now. Don't read that. That's even more messed up than this. She stopped to catch her breath. Dash blinked and softly cried. Her back was on fire. Pinkie then popped something red into her mouth and began to chew. She noticed Dash was staring at her.
What?
She asked.
Oh, this?
Holding up another piece.
Well, while you're asleep, I got a little impatient to help yourself. I got it from your leg. You're not bad. Wanna try some?
Without waiting for a response, she shoved the strip of meat into the revolted Rainbow Dash's mouth. Oh my God! She immediately spat it out. Pinkie picked it up.
If you don't want it, you could have just said no.
She then ate the discarded snotty morsel.
It's not like you haven't had it before.
Swallowing, she turned her attention to the small can on the tray. She removed the lid, revealing that it was filled with burning coals. Sitting on top of the fire were several large nails. Dash began to panic again. Pinkie picked up the can and walked over to Dash's left. Carefully picking up a nail and grabbing a hammer, she positioned the spike at the seam between her leg and her hoof. Oh my fucking God. Okay.
No! Pinkie! No!
Dash screamed.
No!
The hammer came... Oh my God. The hammer came down and the nail punctured under her skin. The white-hot burning was too much. Dash pulled and thrashed at the brace, her skin rubbed and torn. Pinkie tried to line up another one, but couldn't find her aim. She let out a frustrated grunt. When she pulled the hammer back to take a wild swing, Dash burst out crying and begging.
Please stop! Please stop!
Pinkie rolled her eyes. Putting the hammer down, she walked back in front of her friend. She stared pensively at the broken Pegasus. Gilda didn't even cry this much when she stuck that live parasprite down her throat. Pinkie thought... Oh my God, let me just check the audio. I need someone to take my mind off this. It's still running. Excellent. Oh God. Pinkie thought for a minute about what to do next. Then there was a sudden spark in her imagination. She grabbed the gear wheel on the rack and laid Rainbow Dash on her back. She moved to Dash's hind legs, bringing the can with her. Pinkie picked up the hammer again and she drove a searing piece of metal into the bottom of Dash's hoof. Dash screamed again. Pinkie put one into the other hoof. Next, she located the small generator on the tray. Tying the copper wires to the nails, she gave Dash a wink and flipped the switch. Electricity rocketed through Dash's body. The blue pony reacted immediately. Body seized, muscles stuck taut. Her hips thrust skyward and her eyes rolled back. She let out a deep, throat-shredding cry. Pinkie giggled and danced in place. She turned up the juice. Dash convulsed uncontrollably. Her bladder emptied once more. After about 5 minutes, Pinkie shut off the power. The area smelled lightly of cooked flesh and burnt enamel. She put Dash upright again and tried... Oh, God. She put Dash upright again and tried to snap the delirious and drooling pony back to attention.
Dash, wake up!
Rainbow Dash managed to give her a modicum of weak acknowledgement. Pinkie reached into the medicine bag and produced a large syringe.
All right, time for the last round.
Dash looked at the needle and Pinkie took that as a question as to what it was.
Something to take the pain away,
she informed as she walked around to Dash's ruined backside. She stuck the needle into the lower part of her spine. Dash flinched. Coming to the front again, she told her friend,
in a few minutes, you won't be able to throw anything below your ribcage. Then, you'll be able to stay awake to watch the harvest.
Dash started to cry again.
Pinkie,
she trembled out.
Yeah?
I want to go home.
Dash openly sobbed.
Yeah, I can see you wanting to do that.
The party pony replied.
Sometimes I just give up. Say, I'm done with this mess, and go to bed. But you know what? You can't shrug off your responsibilities. You gotta pull yourself up and meet the challenges head on. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead in life.
Dash cried. Minutes passed and the drug took effect. Dash was numb from her chest to her flanks. Aware of this, Pinkie approached her with a scalpel. With only a smiling glance to Dash, she made a long cut across her pelvis just above her crotch. Moving up her body, she drew a similar incision under her ribs. One final cut was made down her stomach, connecting the first two.
Looks like I got my eye on you, Dash.
With a moist, gooey sound, the new door flapped open. The sight of her own organs and the lack of feeling caused Dash... Oh my good God. Okay. The sight of her own organs and the lack of feeling caused Dash's breathing to intensify. Pinkie sliced open the abdominal sac and grabbed the large intestines, separating it from the rest of the digestive tract and pulling them from the forming cavity. Pinkie was getting jovial and starting... Oh my God, no, please don't do this. Pinkie was getting jovial and starting to make jokes. Dash, growing weaker from the new source of blood loss, tried to shut out the comedy act. Pinkie was laughing. Oh.
Look at me! I'm Rarity,
she said, slinging the tube around her neck and spreading blood in all directions.
Isn't my new scalp so pretty?
Reaching back in, she cut the smaller intestine off the bowels, squeezing out the excess extra... Oh my God! What the hell? This guy belongs in a flipping hospital. Oh my... Okay. Well, it can't get any worse. Pinkie filed it through her teeth and dragged it back and forth.
Dentists say you got blood every day, Dash.
Rainbow Dash was barely aware of what was going on anymore. The shock was causing her to fade. Pinkie got disappointed. Diving back into the guts, she ramped up at her... Oh my God. Diving back into the guts, she ramped up her routine.
Oh, don't go yet, Dash.
She started pulling up the rest of the organs, stopping at each one.
I know I can be such a real pancreas. But you know, I was just kidding with you. You really gotta liver it up, boy. These jokes are getting bladder. Guess you gotta develop a stomach for them.
She placed the discarded body parts into a bucket, keeping the last one for a bit longer.
Woo! Bagpipes,
she said, placing the tube in her mouth and the organ in her armpit. A spurt of acid hit her tongue.
Ew! Oh, hey! Here's your cupcake, Dash.
Dash didn't hear. She'd slipped from consciousness minutes ago. Pinkie, not satisfied yet, hit her with another adrenaline shot. Dash woke up for the last time, her heart jumping. Her blood flowed out faster. It wouldn't be long now. Pinkie put Dash down on her back and straddled her chest, scalpel at the ready.
You know what, Rainbow Dash? I'm disappointed. I thought you could last longer. I really wanted to spend more time with you before we got here, but I guess it's my fault. I should have taken it a little slower. Oh well, it was really nice knowing you, Dash.
The blade sunk into the blue one's throat and worked its way up her chin. Coming back down, it circled round her neck. The last thing Dash felt was her skin being cut away from her skull, the metal scraping her teeth. And then she was gone. Pinkie Pie stared into the mirror. She did a really good job, even keeping the eyelids. She winked. Dash winked back. Pinkie smiled. But still, she was sad that her friend was now gone. It only lasted 50 minutes. Not nearly as long as she wanted. She looked back at the cadaver hanging there in the centre of the room, the last of its fluids draining to the pan. Yup, no more Rainbow Dash. Then Pinkie cocked her head. She was starting to take notice of the fact that there really wasn't that much damage.
In fact,
She began to think.
I think...
An idea exploded in her head. She was good at sewing, and she had all the pieces. All she had to do was put her back together. Yeah, just get some stuffing and bingo, she'd have Rainbow Dash forever. In fact, that's what she'd do for all her friends when their numbers came up. She was so excited, she skipped over to the body with the Skinner to get started. The cupcakes can wait. Pinkie had a friend to make. Oh my god. That's the end. Jesus! What in the actual... Oh my god.
Is this thing on? Oh, yeah, it's on. Okay. Hello every pony. Rainbow Dash here. I just got into the office and I found this reading, and I just want to say to any pony watching this, I'm okay. Nothing's happened. I'm fine. I'll probably be avoiding Pinkie for a little while, just in case she decides to reenact this for a prank. But on the plus side, yeah, I'm okay. So I don't want any of you sobbing by my internet grave or something, or going on Tumblr to like look up the forums to see if I'm alive or there are ways that I could have survived, because it's fiction. I mean, I know stories can be really convincing and tugging at your heartstrings or whatever, but I'm okay. It's not real. But I know that there's some people out there who love me very much and feel hurt that people would write this stuff about me. And they say imitation is the, like, most ultimate form of flattery. But I'm okay. But it's really nice that you do that for me. So, it's a little thank you from me, I guess. So, yep, I'm just going to end it with, just don't believe everything you read. I don't care if it's cupcakes, patty cakes, or anything like that. No matter what the story is, whether I'm in danger or anything, Rainbow Dash will always be here, and mostly I'll save the day. No matter what fic it is. If I'm in it, it's going to be 20% cooler. But then again, I'm awesome. You're awesome. You're all awesome. So I'd like to say thank you to every one of my fans. And, yep, that's all I have to say. So, I'll say goodbye. And, I'll sign off. As soon as I figure out how to turn this thing off. Is there a button there or something? Okay, I don't know how to turn it off. I don't know if I'm supposed to be using this. If I break this, I'm gonna be in big, big trouble. Oh, there it is. Found it. Bye-bye. I love you all. Bye.